Okay, welcome to our last lecture on the UCC. We're going to talk about how to disclaim warranties. Remember from last lecture, there's two kinds of implied warranties. One is the implied warranty of merchantability, that is the products are at least of average grade. And two is the warranty for fitness for a particular purpose, where the seller knows that the buyer is relying on the seller and that the buyer has some knowledge of the seller's use of these products. So we're going to talk today about how to disclaim those warranties. And when I say disclaim, I mean state in your contractual language that you are not making either one or both of these warranties. Remember a couple of lectures ago we talked about the Battle of the Forms. Battle of the Forms often revolves around the disclaimer of a warranty, because a seller sells the product to a buyer, and the buyer buys it, but it doesn't work. Now, what sort of warranty has the seller given to the buyer about those particular products? Now, often sellers try to get rid of all the warranties. And one of the ways to do that is state in the contract itself, specifically state that there are no warranties. For example, you can state that the products are sold as is, or with all faults, and both of those get rid of the implied warranties, as is or with all faults. But a lot of times you want to disclaim the warranties specifically. Now, you must disclaim the warranty of merchantability by mentioning merchantability in your contract. You must mention it. Or you must mention it in your oral contacts with the buyer. But remember, as we've talked before in lots of different contexts, the problem with oral contracts or oral statements is not so much that they're not effective, but you can't prove them because you don't have evidence. Evidence is the problem with oral statements. You must be able to prove them for them to be effective. But anyway, disclaiming the merchantability, implied warranty of merchantability, must mean you must mention merchantability. You must mention it either in orally or in writing. If it's in writing, it must be conspicuous and noticeable. It can't be hidden away somewhere in the back of the contract in a little print. When I disclaim warranties in my contracts, I always print them in bold and bigger type than the rest of the contract. And that makes it noticeable and conspicuous. Okay? So that's the way you disclaim the warranty of merchantability. Now, the way we disclaim the warranty of fitness for a particular purpose is slightly different. To disclaim the warranty of particular purpose, it must be in writing. You can't disclaim the warranty of a particular purpose in orally. And it must also be conspicuous. Conspicuous. That's the way you disclaim the warranty of particular purpose. For example, in my contracts, I will often say in bold, in type that's bigger than the rest of the contract, there are no warranties, including no warranty of merchantability and no warranty of particular purpose. And that takes care of the fact that there's no implied warranties in the contracts if I'm writing up a contract for a seller. Now, as I said, the battle of the forms is often fought over the warranties and whether or not the warranties apply. One of the things that you will notice is that in the homework under the UCC section, I've given you 3 hypotheticals that I want you to work on. And each of those hypotheticals goes towards a different part of the UCC. If you would like to work together with some of your friends from the class on these hypotheticals, I'm happy for you to do so. You can work through each one of them and work and use the stuff in the textbook and the UCC provisions in the back of the book to work through these UCC hypotheticals. And I think it would be helpful if you if you did it in some sort of group setting or with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 friends. Anyway, thank you. Those are the lectures on the UCC. We'll see you next time when we go to, I think we're going to torts next. Take care.